This is what a deep geological depository looks like. It's a way of storing hazardous or radioactive waste underground, usually at a depth of between 200 to 1,000 meters below the surface of the Earth. Finland is constructing the world's first ever radioactive waste storage site. It's called Onkalo, which means pit or cavity in Finnish. Onkalo will be the world's first ever long-term disposal facility for spent nuclear fuel or nuclear waste. It's essentially a 450-metre deep hole accessed by a network of tunnels. These tunnels are so big that they can drive vehicles through them, which they need to do to transport things, and it has a ventilation system to keep the air clean. The canisters are sent directly down to the tunnel using a lift, so straight from the surface of the Earth down to the depository. There, they are taken by robotic vehicles to deposition holes, which is their final resting place. Other depositories around the world store mercury, cyanide, and arsenic. For example, the giant mine in Canada, which was originally a gold mine, now stores arsenic trioxide dust. It's highly lethal in even small doses, so we bury it. These depositories are engineered to provide a high level of long-term isolation and containment without the need for future maintenance. Nuclear waste is usually stored on power plant sites in these storage casks, which shield us from radiation. They're incredibly strong, as demonstrated by this video, where they test the cask strength by flying planes into them. But remember, it's only waste if you waste it. Ideally, the waste in the cask can be recycled, so there's no need to store them underground immediately, but eventually they do need to be moved from these containers, and there's no better place for them. It does make sense to have a final resting place for spent fuel once it's been recycled, and for that place to be around the same depth from which the radioactive material was mined to begin with. I spoke to a Finnish Green Party MP who told me that Finland might even charge other countries to store their waste there in the future. Sweden is also building a deep geological depository for spent fuel. It's likely that these depositories will be the future of long-term waste storage. The scientific consensus is that this is the best way to store the waste long-term, by which I mean for thousands and thousands of years, because it won't be disturbed by people, and it's essentially no different than taking these materials out of the ground and then putting them back where we found them. The circle of life.